Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Salesforce real-time scenario series. In the previous video, we discussing about to the how to get it by the product to price and quantity, and based on that, how we are going to add it by the data into the list. So, for example, here I am going to select by the another product and quantity 3. Click on add. Here you have to observe. We can able to add it by the which products we have to selected that products information. Now in this video we are going to discuss about to the how to grand total for the total quantity and total price and how many quantities here we have, how many products we have selected by the here. Okay, so this purpose I am going to take it by the properties. So let's take it by the one property here, total quantity purpose. So number of items, how many products we have selected now, that purpose this one. And here grand total, what is the grand total amount? Initial values I am mentioning by the 0. Let's come to here when we are going to add it in a product, at that time we are going to add by the that information. So here this dot. So here total quantity equals to this dot total quantity plus here initially 0 added, that's why here 0 plus something directly it is adding. What is the quantity here? This dot quantity. This dot quantity. Okay. And next is the here we have to calculate it by the this dot number of items. So how many items we are going to add it now? That's why plus we are going to doing by the here plus 1 automatically added by the here. And next is the this dot grand total equals to this dot grand total plus. So here we have to the quantity into price, right? What is the our price? So this is the same formula here we have to the apply. Okay. So initially 0 plus this is the added. So here total quantity, number of items, grand total. Let's save this one and come to the here our HTML file. Okay, so let's come to the here HTML. So here I'm taking by the another table here. So table. So table row, table data. So here we have the number of products and here we have to the TD. So we define the one variable, right? Number of products, actually items, nothing but the products. So here so same for the rest of the also. So total quantity. So here our property is the total quantity. And next is the here. So next for the grand total. So here our property is the grand total. So let's deploy up to here. Let's see how it is updated by the data. Let's deploy. So it is deployed successfully. Let's come to the here, refresh by the page. So here I'm going to add it by the one product, quantity 2. Click on add. See here, number of products is the one, total quantity is the 0. 0 plus 2, I think it's not addition to the here. We have to give it by the %. Why? Because means we have to change it by the integer to string. That's why. Okay, so here total quantity we have to be added by this 0 2, right? So here this quantity it is taking by the 2 only. So we have to change it by the string to integer. So save and deploy. By default value, we are not mentioned any 0 or something. That's why here we have to deploy it. Let's refresh by the page again. So del 2, click on add. See here 1, 2, 2 we are adding na total amount is this one. Now I am going to take it by the another product. Quantity is the 3. So let's add. See here 3, 2 plus 3, 5. Total products is the 2 na, and grand total will be the appear. So we have to display by the like this format. For example, we have so for example here we have added by this something. So we have to display by the right side like this and we have to display by the like this table format. So here some columns na border we have to give it. It will appear by the in the border format. So here border equals to 1 and here we have to apply it by the style. So style is the sorry, style equals to here we have to give it by the margin, right? So 10% to we have. Okay, so here we have to give it by the margin. So margin right to 10%. Okay, some gap. So here we have to give it by some gap, no, that purpose. Okay, let's save and deploy. So let's come to the here again. Before we have to refresh appear by the like this. Now after refreshing, you have to observe how it will be the appear. So let's here we have to the del, we have to the 2, click on add. I think it's not moved to the right side. So let's check it. Margin is applied. So float also we have to give it by the here. Float. Right. So right side we have to give it. Okay. So let's come to the here, refresh by the page. So here we have to give it by the 2. So that is alignment is not worked properly. Let me check. Okay, I think we are not given by the colon, this one. Okay, so that is the problem. So initially first I'm giving this, next this is I'm giving by the 10% later. Colon is the we are missing earlier. So let's come to the here, refresh by the page. Click on add, still not working. So flow to margin, we are giving the right 10%. That is also be the fine. Style we are given. And within the lightning card only, right? Okay. So, okay, let's redeploy. Okay, border, this is both we have better to, we have to take it by the, this one is the separate div section. We can add it by the in the div. border, this one added by in the same na, so that is the problem. I'm going to add it by the one division section. In this division section, we are going to display the data to the right side. Okay. So let's refresh by the page. So del 2, okay, add. Now it is came to the right side. So some break we have to give it, but I'm not sure why it is not coming to the lightning card. Within the lightning card only, right? We are given within the lightning card only. We are given. So template is here closing. One more template products we have now. This template, this one open close, this one open. Display products for each. This one is the closing for this. This template is okay. Refreshing by the products. Everything is fine. Okay, so let's give it by the separate table some break. Let's save and deploy. So let me refresh. Let me do. So some break is coming, but here within the lightning card not displayed by the properly. Okay, let me check. This is the one of the lightning card only we have added by the within the lightning card only, but not sure why it is not properly showing the data. Float margin border. We have closed by the div tag as well properly. Okay. Okay. Might be started to here. Actually, we have to add it by the we have to give it to the save and cancel buttons as well. Let's give it by the here break. We have to give it by the some break here. So here we have to take it by the lightning button. We have to the label. Cancel and save buttons also we have to give it. As of now, just I'm giving to the here. Let me check it. Alignment is coming properly or not. Button. Variant to brand. Label equals to save. So finally, we have to save the data, right? That's why we have to the cancel and save buttons as well. It is deployed successfully. Refresh by the page. Okay, now it is coming by the inside. Might be something an issue to the this is displayed by the data earlier. Okay, now these values also we have to come to the align to the center. So already we know, right, in the standard Salesforce SLDS functionality. So div class equals to, we have to use it by the standard SLDS. Okay, SLDS underscore align. We have to give it by the absolute center. So we have to give it by the center these two buttons. Let's save and deploy. Refresh by the page. Still not applied. We can refresh page. So absolute center. Align also here we have to give it this one. Okay. Let me refresh by the page. To click on add. So now it is coming to the align to the center, these two values. If you want some more space, we can give it added by the one more break. So it will come by the more space. Okay. Okay, so then we have to save the record, right? So how we are going to save the record? Here we have to take it by the on click equals to handle save. So before going to write for the logic in JS, we have to create by the one Apex class. Okay, we have to pass it by the this products information. Okay, and this is the Salesforce line item object we are going to create. But before that, we need to create by the sales order object. Why? Because means in the sales order line items, we have the parent object is the sales orders, right? So within the sales orders, we need to create by the first. So sales orders, then only we can create by the sales order line items. So we have the master relationship between to the sales orders and sales order line items. So for example, here, this is the one of the sales order. Now I'm going to click on to the new. So we have the master detail relationship. So before going to save the sales order line items records, we need the sales order. So that's why first we have to create by the sales order, then we have to create by the sales order line items. So let's come to the here, quickly create by the one Apex class, create lightning Apex class, RTUS20, create sales order. Okay, sales orders. We have to create by the sales orders underscore CLS class. So click on enter. So here we have to take it by the one method at the rate aura enabled create sales order. So here we have to pass it by the sales order line items. So here list of sales order line item API name. We have to be required by the sales order API name. Why? Because we are going to pass it by the sales order line items records from the JS. So JS first. So here we have the SOLI list. So this purpose only we are taken by the while adding to the here also with the API names. API names we are added the that purpose only the here. Now this orders which are the added by the production, these products will come and store into the in this SOLI. So save. So now here before saving to the sales order line items, we need to insert by the sales order right first. So let's come to the sales order. So sales order SO equals to new sales order. So S4 dot in this we have the sum fields order date. Today we have to creating right order. When we are going to create that date, we need to capture. So here order date. How to get it by the today's date? System dot today date. Today it is written by the today date. S4 dot. So next is the we have to take it by the order status. So here we have to take it by the in this order placed, we have the one option. Once it is order successfully created, we have to map it to this one. So here we have the order placed. This is the we need to map it. And one more thing is the this order is related to the which customer. That is the important, right? As of now, we are doing the get it by the customer information of this customer, right? So this customer ID also we need to pass it to this Apex class. So let's comma separated, take it by the string customer ID. So this is the here we have to take it by the S4 dot. So customer ID we need to get it by the from the here. Let's come to the fields. So customer sales customer API name is this one. Okay. We have to copy to the here. This is the we have to map it by the customer ID here. So these are the fields we are mapping. So finally we have to insert yes with some any other fields you have the required you have to create. So then now we have to create by the sales order line items. Okay. So sales order line item SOLS. So we have the parent and child relationship. Now directly it is showing the syntax. So here we have the loop the record. So just to inserted by the record na parent relationship. This is the order number is the API name. So here we have to the this is the child record. So come to the parent record when you are creating the here na. This is the order number, API name. So here we have to map it by this field. That purpose, we have to map it by all the records. Finally, we are going to insert it by this records. Return, we have to give it by the success message. Successfully created the records. Okay, let's save and deploy. So let me check why it is the failing. So here we have the error, create Apex class, deploy to source org. So again, save and deploy. Let's try. Deploy to this one, source org ended. String only, right? We are given. So here, so new sales order, system dot today, so dot insert, info dot ID. Everything is looks good, but error also not showing by the properly. So let's right click, deploy. So don't know what happened to the issue here. Same class, we can quickly add it by the here. Syntactically, it is everything is fine. Okay. Yes, for list we are added this one here. And with the comma separated, we are giving by the customer ID as well. Okay, so quickly we can create by the same class. Sorry. This one is the different class. So this is the our class name. Let's come to the here quickly. I'm adding by the from the developer console. So click on new. So class is created successfully. Let's copy the whole code, paste it by the here, save. So now it is saved successfully. Now this class we are going to import to the into the our JS, right? So once we click on save button, we need to add it. So here import. So here we have to the our method name is the this is right. Usually we are taking by the adapter name is the name from at the rate Salesforce slash Apex slash our class name dot method name. Class name dot method name. We are taking the here. Okay. So let's save. So now here, this is the two parameterized method. One is the this dot products we have to deploy. So here, and we need to the customer ID. So customer ID actually we have the in the another component, right? So create sales orders. Plus this is we can close it. Actually, this in this we have, right, we are calling by the this is the main component. In this component we have to call it by the add sales orders. So now in this we have the customer data. So customer ID we have. So that's why here in this we have to take it by the one AP field customer ID, and that too we need to give it by the @API. Why? Because means if you are not mentioned by the API, we can't able to access by the this property into the parent component. This is the parent component, this is the child component, right? So we can't able to access by the in the parent component. Comma API we have to must and should we have to import by the API as well. Now here come to the parent component. So customer ID. Camel case we have taken right here. Customer ID we have taken by the camel case. So that's why here using by the kebab case format. So we have the customer data dot ID. Already we have to display by the customer information here. This is the customer data dot ID. Okay. Sorry. So now here we have the customer ID also we are passing. Now save and deploy. Now this one also we can give it by the in the condition, then only it will display within the template. When it is the we have the customer data, then only we have to display now. So within the we are provided by the here. Now let's save and deploy. So now come to the child component. So now on our hand is the customer ID also. Now we have to the pass it by the this products information and customer ID. So let's call it by the Apex class method. So imperatively calling, right? This is we are saying imperatively calling. So SOLI list this dot products. In this products only, right? We are added by all the our products information, comma customer ID. So this dot customer ID. So in Apex class, we are using the customer ID. This customer ID we are passing. Now dot, then result dot catch. So here we have to take it by the error. So now here we have to handle by the error message. So and success message. So here console.log. So this is the result. If it is the failed anything, we need to hold it by the here for the error. Okay. So error. So this is the syntax imperatively calling, right? Our Apex class method. This is the here. Let's save and deploy. Now let's try it is successfully creating or the not record. So refresh by the page. So he initially it's not displayed by the any products information now. Now I am going to capture by the customer details. So once I enter by the phone number, here appear by the customer information as well as to the products information. Now I'm going to take it by the Dell to add products. So this is the information showing. And next is the here we have to the Lenovo 3 add products. See here total amount. So now two products I'm added by the here. Once I click on to the save, this records will be the created into the database. Two records this one. and one is the sales order object record. Okay, let's click on to the save. Inspect element, we can check it is returned to the success or not. So result is the return to the success. So let's come to the customer sales customer object. So here newly record create, we can check it. So 40th one. So save, and let's come to the here. I think it's not this one. Let's come to the sales orders. So 41, it is created, but I think customer name is not mapped properly. We can check it. That is so, and two records we have the added by the Dell and here Lenovo, right? These two added by the successfully. Today date. This is added by the today date. So let me check why it is not mapped by the customer ID. So initially we have to the pass it by the this dot customer ID. Okay, here we have taken by the small c, but here we have to give it by the capital C. That's why it's not passed by the data. Let's save and deploy. Again, we have to refresh by the page. So phone number 8886047776. Okay, click on submit. Dell to add. And here HP now I'm giving to the here 3 save. Now click on to the save. Let's come to the here sales orders. 42 is the created now. Okay, let's check it by the customer ID is the mapped or not. Now it is mapped by the customer name. Okay, so like this we have to created by the data. Okay, like this we have to the created by the data with the help of the Apex class. So here we have to first initially inserted by the sales order, then sales order line items. Okay, I hope it's clear how it was the implemented and how to created by the data. In the next video, we are going to discuss about the how to empty these two values information, and once we click on to the cancel this sales order, these all the information also we can clear the values. Once we click on to the cancel, we can clear the all the values. That is we have to discuss. And once we click on to the save button, this information also we need to hide it and displayed by the show toast message successfully created by the record. That show toast message we can display. So these are all we can discuss to the next video. Stay tuned. Thank you.